had to sum up my high school experience in one word, it would be terrible. Yeah. Hey guys, my name's Sage and I've been gone for a while. Whoops, that seems to always happen, so I'm not gonna sit here and give you excuses. It was a busy summer, that's it. But I'm back now, and happy fall, because this is the best season of the year. So I am really pumped and motivated to make a bunch of festive, videos, especially around Halloween in October, oh my god. But today I wanted to return and give you a back to school video, I guess. I mean, technically the season for that on YouTube has kind of passed, but I want to talk about my high school experience. I graduated 2017 and I wanted to give you advice, whether you're a senior, freshman, whatever. Hopefully this will help you out, So let's just get right into it. First, start off with my experience. I wrote down some stuff so that I could remember and sum it up quickly. I went to a different high school every year because I moved around a lot. Freshman year, I was in California and I was doing the IB program, which is international fucking baccalaureate. I forgot the word for it. It's a foreign.
You were struggling, but at least you got it, so good job.
But it's just a high intense program. It's supposed to be above honors and AP classes, whatever. And it was at a massive public school. There was about 4,000 students. That's where I developed anxiety, just from not being used to all of the workload and a brand new school and all of that. And then sophomore year, I moved to Oregon and I went to a small public school, so it was about half the size, 2,000 students, but I was still in the IB program, so I still had a lot of stress and a lot of work, and then also moving to a different state. And that's where I developed depression. Yay. Junior year, I fled the country and I moved to Dubai because my life was kind of falling apart. It just wasn't a good time for my family or for me. Depression, anxiety was at its highest. So yeah, I went to a different country because my mom got offered a job there, so I just moved with her. And that was at a private all-girls school, and it was very tiny, a couple hundred students for the entire school. And then, because I couldn't take it there anymore, and I figured out that it was worse than, life in the US, I moved back a year early, so for senior year, I came back to Oregon, and I graduated online. So public schools, private schools, online school. I did a small couple months of homeschooling, did it in different states, a different country. I'd say I'm pretty qualified to give some advice, but overall school really just destroyed my mental and physical health, probably emotional too. So now that there's a little summary of what I went through, let's get on to the advice, what you're really here for. Okay. This isn't in any particular order, by the way. But starting off, school is not the end of the world, so don't pressure yourself. I put so much pressure on myself because everyone tells you, society, teachers, parents, that school is your only priority, it's your main job, that's all you should be focusing on, getting good grades, that's what your life should revolve around, when really I think that's kind of bullshit. And I think your priorities should be your health and your relationships, and by relationships I mean friendships and family, because I can honestly say that the worst times of my high school experience was when I didn't have anyone to rely on, when I didn't have friends or anyone to talk to. So I think that that's very important, more than what your test scores are or what grades you're getting. Obviously those things are part of it too, but I just want to say that it's only 4 years of your entire life. And if you're living 80 years, it's a very small chunk, and people make it seem like it's the end of the world and it's the, the only thing that's going to matter for the rest of your life, and it's really not. It's gonna fly by. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. Now the second thing, this is probably the reason why I was able to graduate. I went from a straight A student at the beginning of high school to barely graduated by the end. So this is how I passed basically, and it was by getting to know my teachers. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Go to lunch meetings. Go to them after school. Be respectful. Listen. Go ask for feedback, like when they, give you back an essay and you're like, why did you correct this? Like, what are the reasonings? The more you interact with your teachers and get to know them, the more they're going to get to know you. And once you develop those relationships with them, they're going to be way more likely to boost your grade or to help you out, and because they're going to know how much effort you're putting into their class. And yeah, this definitely, with all of my transfers, this helped a lot. So yeah, really get to know your teachers, but don't be a suck up, because that's just fucking annoying. Just, yeah, teachers are important, so be nice to next. Number 3, I guess, I don't know if I'm numbering this or whatever, but join a club or sport or extracurricular, whatever you want to call it. I made one of my best friends in high school through choir, so that was like an extracurricular. I was super nervous to do it, but it was how I met, like I said, one of my best friends. So that's how you're going to meet people, because you're going to share similar interests with them. It doesn't matter what the club is or what the sport is, or if you're scared, just try it. Even if you're not good at it, try a different one. Like, I tried multiple clubs and none of them really fit me, and it wasn't until I went to choir that I actually enjoyed it. So yeah, get out there and you're going to find people that you click with. The next one is a practical tip, and that is bring a water bottle / snack or lunch every single day. And you're gonna be like, what? Like, most people, I guess, forget about this or don't think of it as much, but it's really going to help your overall focus and health when you're drinking enough water. Like, I used to, sophomore year, I bought this water bottle, and I've had it since, and it's helping also the planet. You can get plastic or glass or whatever instead of like one of those cheap water bottles. Just get one of these and fill it up at home every day. And this is going to keep you hydrated, and yeah, it's going to help you focus in class, and it'll help your skin and all those benefits. And then also bringing a lunch and snack is going to save you money, and it's going to, again, boost your energy and health and all of that, because cafeteria food sucks. I've been to many schools. They suck. It doesn't matter where you're at. Cafeteria food is always pretty bad and unhealthy, and you don't want to be that person that's like going to the vending machine or whatever for snacks, because that stuff is garbage too. Bring a fucking apple. Bring, whatever, but it's going to help you in the long run. So, next one is prioritize sleep. I didn't do this throughout high school, and that is why I started to deteriorate. Literally. It started driving me insane because I was constantly sleep deprived, and it affects all areas of your life. And it just you just dig yourself a hole because you keep trying to pull all-nighters to, finish work or do whatever, but really it's not gonna work out. So prioritize sleep. You should be getting anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And I know it's ridiculous because you have to wake up so early. So if you struggle to go to sleep earlier, then at least be taking naps. I was that person that was constantly falling asleep in class, which is terrible, but I just couldn't keep my eyes open any longer. And that was really bad. I missed a lot of lectures and things like that. So if you are struggling to get to bed earlier, then at least take naps in the afternoon, learn how to nap. I'm not a napper, so it was just a struggle for me. But as soon as you get home, just knock out for an hour. Even if you're getting 7 hours per night, and then at least you get another hour during the day when you take a nap, you're getting 8 hours, and that's amazing. I was getting on average maybe 5 or 6 hours. It was just all the stress and procrastination and everything. It just really destroyed me. So prioritize sleep. It is number 1. The next thing, fucking socialize and go to school events. Don't be that kid that's football games are lame, or I don't want to go to prom, the school sucks. Have some school spirit. Go do these things, because you're gonna have more fun than you think. And I didn't even like football, but every football game that I attended was kind of fun, because I was wow, I'm living the American dream, and whatever, just hanging out with my friends, walking around the track, eating food and stuff. It's an experience. At least try it once, or go to the school fair, or again, prom. I was lucky enough to go to 2 different proms, and those were probably some of the best memories I had in my entire high school experience. So they are worth it. Go to school events. The next thing, don't gossip and don't hang around shitty people. This is like, together, because it's just all a waste of your time. You don't need to be talking about rumors, you don't need to be like involved in other people's drama, and you don't need to be hanging around people that make you feel bad. Like, that's all. You don't have to do any of those things. People choose to, and then they regret it later on because they're like, wow, I really hung out with like, a lame group of people in high school, and all they would talk about is drama and gossip and stuff. I've heard a lot of stories like that. So don't be that person. You're gonna, if you're coming into high school with a group of friends that you knew from middle school and they're just all dramatic and just not fun anymore, you can find new friends. Like, don't worry. Ditch all of that toxicity, okay? And then the next thing, be safe. And by this, I mean, at least in America, going through high school, you're gonna be exposed to peer pressure, maybe drugs, sex, parties, whatever. It's just kind of a part of the high school experience. You don't have to partake in it, but just know that that is a thing. I did some of it, not like all of it. I definitely didn't go crazy. Like I said, I was going crazy on my own. So I didn't really, wasn't involved, didn't have that much of a social life. But yeah, like if you're just going to do those things, don't let people pressure you into stuff. You're able to say no, whether it be like, smoking or whatever. Just be like, no, I don't want to fucking do that. And if someone's like, you're so lame, that's so uncool, be like, I don't care. And then the same, like if you're gonna have sex, not saying you should at a young age, but if you are, be safe. Like, use birth control. The concept that like all these teens are having sex and not using condoms or birth control just blows my mind. Like, I don't know how they're able to do that, but just be safe. And the same thing with drinking. Like if you're gonna go to a party and drink, have an Uber or have a designated driver. Like, don't be stupid. Don't ruin your life over like one night. The next thing is another practical tip, and it is to listen to music when you're studying. Now this helped me, especially during my senior year when I was doing online school, because it was all up to me. It was my schedule, my class, just me and a laptop in my bedroom. And to get myself to focus, I would listen to music, and specifically instrumental stuff. I love lo-fi. If you don't know what lo-fi is, you can look up like a playlist on YouTube. Maybe I'll link something down below. But it's just basically like instrumental, like chill music. It has like a few lyrics here and there, but some people listen to classical. That works too, but for me it was lo-fi. And I guess it's just like considered a genre of music. I don't know. It sounds for low fidelity, but I don't know. But yeah, listening to playlists like that really helped me like stay focused on my work and not get distracted or like my mind wander off or whatever. So yeah, listen to music when you study. One of them is, don't get wrapped up in dating. I didn't date anyone throughout all of high school. It's not that there weren't opportunities, it's that I always said no. Which is kind of, I don't regret any of that, because I've always had really high standards, and I didn't want to get involved with people that I didn't actually like care about or like I didn't want to do it just to have a boyfriend or whatever. So yeah, don't like pressure yourself so much into having a boyfriend or girlfriend or just a partner. Like, it's only 4 years. Not everyone dates in high school. I know it feels like that, but really the percentage is not like as crazy as you think. And yeah, like it's a lot of emotional stress, and dating is very complicated in relationships, and I think some people get a little too wrapped up in it. I used to have a friend who was just constantly dating, jumping from boy to boy and boy, and she was telling me how it was affecting her grades because she was always dealing with drama and things like that. So, I mean, like if it happens, it happens. I mean, you click with someone and you date, like that's great, but don't be actively like trying to date constantly or like looking for someone new. It's okay to learn to, be by yourself and be more independent. And finally, for the last one, an important one, making friends is easier than you think. That's probably crazy, because most people are worried about that when they enter high school. It's like, how do I make friends? And this is going to be, school is like the easiest time in your life to actually make friends, because you're stuck with all of these people your same age, you know, in your same peer group or whatever, for 6+ hours a day, like, you know, 5 days a week for a long time. You're in a small space together, so you're always going to be meeting new people, talking to new people during group projects or class discussions or all this stuff. So it's just about being friendly and being genuine. Just be yourself, say hi. The way I made friends by moving from, you know, all these different schools is just letting myself open up more. And like, if I would talk to a girl for a couple weeks in a class, like every day, because we'd be like, you know, sitting next to each other, and then eventually I'd be like, hey, can I get your number or something, like to text you about tonight's homework? Like, just ask, like, make it about class at first. That's how you connect with people, and then eventually it can turn into an actual friendship when you start hanging out outside of school. So yeah, that's my advice on that. I don't want to show people, but I want to show you guys my ID cards because I think that would be funny. But let me see if I can cover up. This is freshman year. Ooh, can you see that? Yeah, that's me. I used to straighten my hair a lot and wear a lot more makeup. Freshman year. And then sophomore year, wait, shit. Okay. Yeah, sophomore year. Is it gonna focus? You can kind of see that my hair is a mess, as always. Yeah, that's sophomore year. And then junior year, I mean, this is kind of like when I moved to the UAE, so this is technically an ID card for that state, so that's why there's like that thing on there. You can kind of see it, right? That's junior year, and I don't have one for senior year because, again, I graduated online. Overall, those public school in Oregon was the best physical school, but my favorite experience in school was honestly the online. I went to Connections Academy. You can look that up if you want. If you have any more questions about high school, definitely leave them in the comments below, or if you want me to make a whole video on specific topics or just whatever, you can leave that below. I don't want to make this video even longer than it already is, so that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something and this, you know, was helpful. Yeah, please like it and subscribe to my channel because I'm really gonna try hard. I know I always say this, to make more videos. Yeah, that's it for today. Bye.